All right, the second proof. This one I think could go a lot of different ways. We have a lot of triangles in this picture. We have POQ, we have QOR, POS, SOR. We have, let's see, we have QRS, PRS. I think I'm missing a couple still. PQS and PRQ, right? So anyway, a bunch of triangles. I might have missed a couple there, but anyway, so there's a few different ways we can go on this one, and like I mentioned before, this is one where you could split up, especially if you're using like one of these. I would recommend splitting it up. And my first inclination was to try to prove that PRS and QSR were congruent, but I thought a little better of it. So here, let's start with what we're given. So we're given that OP is congruent with OQ, right? So let me write that in here. OP is congruent with OQ. So we're talking about this and this, right? Okay. And we're given that, let's see, that's given. And then we're also given that angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. So angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. Okay, so given that, my first temptation was to do isosceles triangle theorem. We could say angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, but that doesn't necessarily help us immediately. What I think helps us a little more is saying that angle QOR is congruent to angle POS, right? And we know that by vertical angles. So let's see. So POS, angle POS is congruent with angle QOR. All right. And that's, of course, due to the vertical angles theorem. Okay. So now that we have that, we can use side, angle, side, right? Or excuse me, did that backwards. Angle, side, angle. Sorry about that. And we have angle, side, angle here. So they correspond. We have the included side between the angles, so we can say those triangles are congruent by angle, side, angle, right? And so the two triangles are triangle POS and triangle QOR. Okay, so now that we know those triangles are congruent, we can say that SO is congruent to OR, right? CPCTC. So literally, so SO is congruent with OR, so and OR. And that's because of CPCTC. And then now that we know that those two sides are congruent, now we see we have an isosceles triangle here, and we can say that, okay, well, that means angle 5 must equal angle 6. Must be congruent to angle 6 due to isosceles triangle theorem. All right. So that was actually a lot better than what I originally thought. I think my other way would have been about 8 to 10, maybe even 12 steps. So, all right, if you find a better one, let me know. Give you some extra credit. All right, maybe even if you find a different way to do it. Let's see. But a lot of these, there's many ways to do it. So, be interesting to see what y'all get.